Hi guys, my name is Stacey Powell, better known as Stacey TheBroker. I am a licensed real estate broker with Powell Realty of South Florida. I've been doing real estate for a little over 4 years with a special soft spot for first-time home buyers. I'm about to sit down with 2 clients that recently just purchased their first home, and I felt like this video would be something super powerful for you guys to watch, because our first-time home buyers is probably one of the most vulnerable buyers that we have in our industry because of the lack of education and the knowledge that is put forth out there. So I wanted to go ahead and shed some light on some of those things and hope to help you guys make a better decision when you're embarking on probably one of the most biggest journeys of your life, which is purchasing your dream home. So please watch this video, and I hope you like it. If you have any comments, feel free to hit me up. Hey guys, so can you explain to me, like, what was going through your head when you closed on your home? Like, what was your exact feelings at that moment when you signed on the dotted line and you got in your car and you drove away? Like, what were you guys thinking?
Me, I was thinking, I can't believe we just did this. Like, we really just did this.
I felt like it was somewhat of a minor milestone in life that we may have crossed. Like, you know, something that we've talked about since we've been together in the relationship, and we finally did it. You know, similar to how I felt when we got married.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And you said like a minor milestone. That's really good. So what was you said when you first got together, so what was the deciding factor, and how long ago was that time frame from when you decided to become a homeowner?
That was earlier this year, 2018, in March.
So in March?
Yes, we were starting to look for rentals, and we realized the rental prices were really high. So it was like, this makes no sense to go into someone else's property paying this amount of money.
It was actually something that mainly the wife wanted to do for years, though, before 2018 or 17. It was something that she had talked about probably since maybe 2015, of eventually one day owning a home. And me personally, it used to be kind of iffy for me, you know, the whole home ownership thing, but I crossed over to what she wanted to do, and here we are.
Okay, that's amazing. So my question to you is, okay, so in March, you guys decided, like, for real, like, we're not looking for a rental, we want to look for a house. What did the rent market look like? What did you see some of the prices for the amount of bedrooms you were looking like? How do you feel about those prices when you were looking?
It was really high. For a 2-bedroom, it was about $1,400 for something nice, not in bad areas. And for 3 bedrooms, which is what we really need, it was up to $1,700, $1,800, and it was just costing way too much to be in a rental.
Same with you, Javerra?
When she told me that we would be going up from paying $1,200 for a 2-bedroom to like $14 to $15, it was just like, nah, that's unacceptable. So we got to find another option.
Okay. And I mean, I definitely can understand that. So that's what kind of always like crossed everyone over into that home ownership. So when, like in March, when you decided, did you start doing, did you start researching anything? Did you start looking into home ownership? Like when you decided, you made up your mind, you wanted to become homeowners, like what are some of the things that you guys decided to do? At the moment, like, did you do any research? Did you look it up? Did you attend any classes?
I started looking at the market, honestly, and seeing if there was any options out there. And then once I seen it was some options, I contacted a realtor to see what she can help us do, and she told us to speak with the mortgage broker, and we went from that process.
Okay, and that was pretty much the same with you?
Yeah, because honestly, the wife is the one that did all the footwork, so I can't, all the research and everything, all that was done by her. I was just taking in the information that she was relaying to me. That was it.
So no credit repair. You didn't have to go through any credit repair. You didn't have to go through any classes. Nothing like that.
Fortunately not fortunately necessarily because it come with work, but credit repair we didn't really have to do because she had already took care of that type of stuff like a couple years ahead. It's trying to make sure that we had good credit and stuff like that. And that was just for everyday life purposes, not even for preparing for home ownership. So being that she, I guess, had already did the footwork on the credit aspect of it, we were already good by the time we came to the decision that we were going to do this.
Okay, I mean, that definitely makes sense. Okay. So when you said how was that process when you met with that realtor and she introduced you to the mortgage lender? How did that go for you? Like,
It wasn't a good experience. She basically took our information and just came back and told us we didn't have enough money, and that was it. So after that, I was like, okay, that wasn't right. You know, like that's not how you do it. You know, you can give us more information. You can tell us what we need, how long you may think we need. So I contacted you at that point, and you gave me a lot of resources and a lot of options, and we went from there with you.
Okay, perfect. And so when you in that process, when you guys switched that lender, do you remember like about what time did you guys get approved for the loan? Because you ultimately did get approved.
Yes. When you say time, you mean
Like about what month was that I think that was June. Yeah, when you
with
got
you, that was June.
June. So
Yes.
June, you received the pre-approval amount. And if you don't mind me asking, what was that amount that that she said you couldn't get approved for, but you end up getting approved for? So how much did you guys get approved for, pre-approved?
Do you remember?
Originally.
I believe it was, I want to say it was around 200 something. A little
Yeah,
over 200, I believe.
200,000. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure, so I was thinking that. Okay, so my thing is, once you guys got approved, did the lender, and I think in your case, the lender was Cheryl Uhart with the mortgage firm. Did she give you an idea of, as far as how much you needed for down payment, closing costs? Did she give you a number that?
Based on us telling her that we wanted to stay around the 200 mark, she told us we needed about 18,000 for everything.
Okay, so about 18,000
for closing costs, down payment, and everything that we would have to cover.
So with the $18,000 that she told you, roughly about $18,000 she told you that you guys needed for closing, how much did you actually bring to the closing table?
Outside of the 5,000 we had to put in escrow for the contract, we only brought $496 to closing.
Wow, 400. Say it again, like 400.
$496.
That was a major relief.
Yes.
Major relief. Being able to spend that little and get a beautiful home, a home that you actually like, a home that you actually want to be in, a home that you're happy to be in. That was amazing.
And not to double back, but I meant to ask you in the beginning, outside of the credit, was there anything that you guys had wanted to do before embarking on this homeownership that you end up having to sacrifice or kind of give up because you were on this journey to become homeowners?
Yeah, the trip to Jamaica.
Yeah, we wanted to go to Jamaica. Well, we was invited. Not wanted to go, but we was invited on a couple's trip to Jamaica. And we actually had to take a back seat on that, unfortunately. Which it was kind of hard because, you know, we seen the pictures and everything. Obviously, friends was posting to their social media from the time that they was happening over there, and everything is just all beautiful and tropical and blue, and they on horses in the water, and we sitting here back home in Fort Lauderdale.
With our 3 kids.
You know,
Wow.
that was kind of hard, but that was the main thing that we had to kind of give up.
And who kept you, and who held you accountable during that time? Like, who was it, both of you, who was the most disciplined in the process to keep you guys on track as far as like, no, we can't go to Jamaica, this is what we're doing, and we're gonna stick to it?
Javerra.
Javerra, so he was the one that kind of held everything together.
Yes.
I mean, I just knew that we couldn't do both for the most part.
Okay.
We couldn't do both.
All right, so that definitely makes sense. So with not having enough money to close, do you remember when I think we gave you the option of seller's credit or down payment assistance or any of those things like that can add to your purchasing power? Do you recall us talking about those things?
Yes.
Which one of those were you considering?
We considered all of them, actually, the down payment assistance, the lender's credit, and the seller's credit, because that means the less money we would have had to come out of pocket.
Okay. And what were some of your experiences when it came to the down payment assistance? Like, did you have any experience? Did you ever move forward with it ultimately?
We didn't do the down payment assistance. We did use the seller's credit, and we also used the lender's credit.
Seller's credit, okay. So and from my understanding, the seller's credit, we were able to put on the contract 3%. The sellers were able to contribute 3% of your purchase price to bring to closing, as well as the lenders offered you a percentage as well.
It wasn't a percentage, it was a certain amount, and we had to take a higher interest rate to use the lender's credit.
What are some of the experiences, once we started looking at homes after you got approved, what are some of your experiences when looking at homes?
I would say the main takeaway was that, you know, you were gonna have to put a little bit of love into the homes. You know, some of the homes, they needed some cosmetic makeovers here and there. I mean, you know, which isn't a big deal, obviously. I mean, especially depending on, you know, the type of person you are, how big or how small you want your makeover to be. But that's what we noticed about, you know, most of the homes that we seen, they needed some TLC.
Some needed more than TLC. Some need complete renos.
What are some of the things that you guys were looking for when finding your home?
Storage was important. Somewhere to store luggage, you know, rags, towels, because a lot of the homes did not have closets. We were also looking for space, openness. We needed somewhere, you know, the kids can run around and be comfortable and not closed off in those crazy rooms.
Okay. What about you, Javerra?
Mainly with me, I wanted, I would say storage, but also a yard. You know, we wanted a front yard and a backyard. That was a nice little size, not the biggest, you know, that you would find, but a nice size for the kids, because it is 3 of them, you know, to run around and play, and then, you know, at least to do a little outside water fun, since the house, you know, if the house didn't have a pool, you know, you could set up your little slip and slide and stuff, your little kiddie pools and whatnot, stuff like that. So I would say mainly a yard for me, some outside, you know, some outside space.
And at any moment, did you guys feel like you were gonna have to compromise on some things when looking? Like, did you feel like you maybe had to compromise on a bedroom, or anything that you had to feel like you needed to compromise on when looking based off your pre-approval amount?
Yes.
What were you?
There was times we looked at homes with one less bathroom than we wanted. There was times we looked at homes that didn't have the extra den, family space. There was times we looked at homes that didn't have storage closets. So we did feel like we would have to compromise on some things.
I would say, well, yeah, the storage closets. It was seeming like we weren't gonna find a home that had nice storage space as far as hall closets and whatever other little extra closets they may have had. What else?
Yard space too. Some of the yards.
You remember we looked at a few townhouses. You guys were actually considering, because you are in a single family home now, so, but we did consider townhouses at some point.
Yes. Yeah.
And then remember also, we saw that house that was like combined. I forgot what it's called exactly.
Oh, a semi-attached house.
Yes.
A semi-attached house.
That definitely wasn't on the plan.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't a part of the plan.
And how we got drawn to it only because of the purchase price that they had it listed. So we were running into like those single family homes being listed at a slightly higher amount than what you guys were approved at. So how many offers do you guys recall? How many offers did we put in before we got to this one?
Just one.
Just one?
Just one offer.
Okay, and then we got to this one. Ultimately, you end up getting this house once we submitted the offer. So tell us, like, how was that experience from the time you guys got under contract to close? Like, what are some of your experiences that you guys, like, from the process?
Everything was really fast. Really fast. We put in an offer on July 1st. We was under contract by July 5th, and we closed on the home, August 1st, and we was under contract August 5th, and August 31st, we were signing the papers.
Wow. Like, I didn't even realize it went that fast. I like, you telling me these dates, that's like crazy. I didn't realize it went that fast.
30 days from putting in an offer to signing the paperwork.
And as far as the, what about your experiences with the like, cause you had to do an inspection, you had to deal with the appraisal, so it's different people that you had to, I think you had to hire the inspector, so it's things that you guys had to hire and pay out during that process. How was that for you guys?
I mean, well, as far as the individuals, following through and completing their assignment, that all went smoothly. I mean, it seems like everybody worked diligently to, get their part of the whole process done. I mean, and as far as paying them off, I mean, fortunately for us, as I mentioned before, she had already taken care of credit. So, some things we were able to utilize credit cards for. We didn't necessarily have to come out of pocket paying cash or, utilizing liquid funds as far as, debit cards, stuff like that or whatever. We were able to utilize credit cards, so it went great.
So, and I think if I remember correctly, you guys didn't want to pay rent for the following month because you were renting up until the time you guys moved here. So you didn't want to pay rent for the following month. So it was like that closing on August 31st was for you to not have to pay rent that following month?
Yes. Well, our mortgage broker, she told us that as long as we get everything in, we can move faster than normal. And I made sure to get everything in. And every time she emailed or called, I sent it over immediately to her. So that way we can get out of our rental as soon as possible and not have to pay them any more money.
I mean, yeah, for the last month, we were able to utilize our security deposit there. The owner of that property let us utilize our security deposit as our last month's payment of rent. So, we didn't have to come out of pocket, paying her for the rent for that month and then wait to receive our security deposit back. So, we had some little things that actually just flowed naturally in our direction to help us out with this process.
And during that time, that last month, if I recall, you guys were over at the new house that you had just purchased and you were doing some things to get it ready. Like, what are some of the things that you guys had to do to get this house in move-in condition?
Some of the things
Javerra had to do.
Well, we had to freshen up paint and stuff like that. We had to replace some baseboards and stuff like that. A couple closet doors here and there. We painted some room doors and stuff like that. So pretty much mainly just painting and baseboards and, stuff of that nature. Mm-hmm. We actually, some things we do have to get, like we actually need to replace the dishwasher. We have to get a dishwasher and stuff like that. But, nothing major. Nothing major that's something that, will make you want to stray away from it because you can't accomplish it. Yeah. Everything was accomplishable with the home, so it just takes a little bit of hard work, that's all. And time.
I like that. And I find myself often telling clients that when you're looking at homes, like, it's not about the cosmetics of things. And I think I used to always tell you guys, like, if it's a tub, you can change it. If it's the color of the walls, you can change it. So you guys really utilize that. It was just mere cosmetics coming in here.
Yes. That was good points from you, because if not, everything would have been a no. It would have been like, oh no, that needs to be done. No, we don't have the money. No. But when you told us that, we were able to see the potential.
That's right. So what is some advice you can give to clients that are just now seeking information to purchase their first home?
Ask questions. Ask questions, call your realtor, text her all the time, activate her nerves, get the information that's needed, because that helps makes the process smoother. And when the mortgage company asks for the paperwork, send it over. Don't wait. Do what you need to do, because that makes it go that much faster.
What about you, Javerra? What is some advice that you can give to clients that are just now seeking?
I would say, be prepared to handle your own anxiety, kind of be able to control yourself for the most part, but mainly I would say is, be open-minded, because you're not gonna see what you see on TV, like the HGTV, House Hunters type shows and stuff like that. Yeah, you're not gonna necessarily see what you see on there. I mean, you're gonna see the real life backside of what you don't see on there.
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, those are TV shows, those are edited, those are, you know, things are kind of kept out of the mix, out of the video that you see. So, you know, I mean, you gotta, sometimes you have to have a vision for the house that you're looking at,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
it can
See
actually
the
work
potential.
great for you, you
Yes.
know. So that's what I would say. Just mainly be open-minded.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. Like, thank you so much for sitting down and speaking with me. I truly appreciate it. I enjoyed you guys throughout the entire process and that whole 21 days to closing and anything leading up to it. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys for sitting down and speaking.